Good day to all of you. You are welcome to today's lesson. Today, we'll be talking about designing website. So this is the topic for today. I'm Asante Patrick, role model, and I'll be your facilitator for the basics. Let's take it further. So today's topic is designing website. Let me make it web. Designing web. Okay, this is our topic for today. Designing web. Now, there is a saying that goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Here at Rose Consult, we are not here to see failures. So, the need to plan is important. Designing website is all about the steps that you need to go through in order to come up with a very nice website for yourself, for a school, for an individual, for a company, or whatsoever be it. You need to be very careful. Plan. So let's go. Our first step is to plan. Plan for the website that we want to build. In planning, the factors that are considerable are 1, the purpose of the website, 2, the subject of the website, 3, the audience of the website. You need to be very specific about this. Very, very specific about this. You get it? So first of all, let's tackle it one after the other. The purpose of the website. So let's say I'm creating a website. What is the purpose that this website I'm creating seem or is to serve? You get it? The purpose of the website. The purpose of the website is important. So let's see some of the purposes or the reasons for building a website. 1, you are building the website either to gain publicity for a company. This is a very nice purpose. Or to increase sales per month. Is that not so? Or you want to sell inventory. These are some of the purposes. At least 3 will be enough. But you can keep the list going as long as you want. Then after knowing the purpose, you have to, as I said earlier, know the subject. The subject. Let's say I want to increase sales per month. Is it necessary to talk about the managing team of the company? Or I will have to talk about a specific product and how helpful it is to the consumer. You get it? These are some of the things that you need to take into consideration. So getting your subject is very important. So let's say I've decided to talk about a specific product or the products that the company produces. You get it? That the company produces. Okay. After getting this product, which is my subject, automatically I'll get to know the audience. You get it? Is this product used by people of high class or low class or middle class? Do you get it? What are some of the languages or the terms these people are abreast with? They are good to go with. You get it? You don't have to make your site too complicated for people to understand. You just have to come down to the level of the people so that they will understand what actually you are trying to convey. You get it? So please, take key note with this. It's important so you know your audience. I know my audience. Let's say I'm designing a course for lawyers. Am I supposed to go and use biological terms or medical terms or physical terms or chemical terms? It doesn't make sense to the liar. You get it? It doesn't make sense to the liar. Okay, so that's it. You need to know your audience and know the language your audience understand. You know the language your audience understand. So please, that's the first step. Under planning, these are some of the things you need to consider. Then after you've planned, the next thing for you to do is to create something we call a mock-up. A mock-up. What is a mock-up? A mock-up is just the outline of the real thing. So let's say I've taken a pen and a paper. I will draw everything that I want my site to look. You get it on a piece of paper. Or you can get a web-based program like Photoshop, CorelDRAW, or something of that sort to draw your mock-up plan and draw it well. You get it? With a web-based program, you will be able to give in the various designs that you might need. You get it? Just that it is a web-based program. You get it? So it is not a website. Then you can transform it into what? A web page by bringing in the codes and other necessary stuff. You get it? So it is important. Your mock-up is important. So the mockup is advisable. You use a web-based program, as I said earlier on, Photoshop, CorelDRAW, Illustrator, SD, and the rest. GIMP is also there. You get it? So these are some of the web-based programs you can use to create your mockup. After getting your mockup, what is the next step? Let's say I've gotten my mockup. What is the next step? Okay. The next step to do is to create a content strategy. You need to create a content strategy. So let me write content strategy. Okay, I have my content strategy. What is this content strategy? Yes, you see, your website or your web page will contain a whole lot of stuff, different stuff. You will need a document, you need a video, you need an image, you need a whole lot of stuff, sounds and audios and other stuff. You get it? So a web, you have to consider all this. When am I supposed to send in an audio? When am I supposed to send in a video? Where is it appropriate to place my image? Where is it appropriate to place my audio sound? You get it? Where is it appropriate to place the logo of the company or whatsoever that I'm doing? You get it? Where is it necessary for me to place the contact details of whatsoever I'm doing? You get it? So please, these are some of the key things you'll have to consider when you are creating your content strategy. So content strategy is all about knowing when and where to place certain elements and individual composition of the website. You get it? So please, you take very key note of this. They are important, very, very, very important to you as a website developer. They get it? As a website developer or as a website designer. Then the next thing, you have to assign roles. Let me take this. Assign roles to your own self. Okay, let's say I'm the only person designing a website for a company, a whole company, a very big company, which means I have to do the work of a developer by writing the code. I have to do the work of a designer by designing the graphics and other stuff. I have to do the work of a CSS expert by writing the styling. You get it? These are some of the stuff that you need to consider in order to become a very good developer and designer. So please, you assign roles. You give yourself a timetable, a deadline. You get it? Let's say the company has assigned you to do this within the period of, let's say, within the period of 2 weeks. So you assign yourself each day what is the task that you will be taking. You get it? Assign roles to yourself. If you are not the only person and you are the head of department for the IT department, you get it? If you are the head of department, I'm taking that part again. If you are the head of department for the IT department, then you will have to assign roles to your boys or your workers. You get it? Your workers. Maybe, CSS, today you will be doing this. Tomorrow, HTML, you will be doing this. Hey, the next day. You get it? These are some of the things that you are supposed to do. If you don't have workers under you, then you have to do everything by your own self. And you need to meet this deadline in order to become a very good developer. So please and please again, you take note. You take key notes about this. So some of the rules that you might assign to yourself. Maybe when will I write the code on paper? Write code. You get it? Write code on paper. When will I write the CSS version of them? When will I write the JavaScript part of the code or the website? When will I design the graphics of the website? When will I? A whole lot. You get it? So these are some of the things that you have to consider. Please and please again. To become a very good web designer, you need to get a strategy. You get it? A plan that you go by. You don't just stand up and go to your text editor and start writing. No, it doesn't make sense. So please and please again, you do well to go through these steps one after the other. Then there is another key topic that I want to talk about here. Another key topic that I want to talk about is designing your website. You get it? Designing your website. There is something we call the usability. If you create the website and people are unable to use it, then there is no need for that website. Is that not so? So when you are creating a website, you should get at the end of your mind that, okay, this thing that I'm creating, this thing that I'm designing, how many people would be able to access this? How many people would this be beneficial to? You get it? So these are some of the factors that you need to consider. So we'll say basic concept of content usability. Basic concept basic concept of content usability. Sorry, let me clean this. Content usability. Okay, let's go. Usability. Forgive me for the writing. Okay, let me see if I can write this for you. Okay, usability. Usability. That's fine. So, basic concept of content usability. Whatever you are writing, how is it going to be useful to the person? How will the person be able to use it? As I said earlier on, you don't just stand up and start writing, go to your text editor and start writing something. No, you should have certain key points in mind. You get it? Certain key points in mind. Okay, so let's see. First thing, how does your navigation buttons look like? It is preferred. Okay, so your navigation buttons should be navigation should be easy to find. Navigation easier to locate. Is that also easier to locate easily? It should be easier for your user to be able to locate the navigation button. You get it? People don't like wasting much time on a website. There are a whole lot of information out there for them to consume. So if they come to your site and you keep them, or you keep them there for a very long period of time, or you waste their time over there, I bet you there is no way they are going to visit your site again, and they will tell others that your site is one of the poorest he has ever used. You get it? And people, this will dissuade people from, getting closer to even trying to open the site that you have created. You get it? So please, you take note. You take key note. So your navigation buttons should be easier to locate. They should be easier to locate. And this is the prescribed form that we wanted. Your navigation button should always be at the top of the page. It should always be at the top of your page. You get it? At the top of your page. And it can be either horizontal or vertical. But I prefer the horizontal one. So please, you take key note of this. Then your content should be easy to read. If we are saying easy to read, then it means we have something about the font, the background color, and the text color. Okay. So these are some of the things you need to take care of. Take care of these things. Then your website should also fit all screen. Fit all screen. Whichever screen that the user is using, your website should be able to fit the screen perfectly. Okay, perfectly. So let's take it a bit further. You have to keep your website light. Keep it light. Okay? Why are we to keep this light? To ensure that the website load quickly on users' platforms. You get it? On users' platform. I wouldn't love to go to a website and I'll try to load this and it will take me decades of years before it finally loads. No, I don't like it, and I'm not sure you also like it. You get it? So you need to ensure that you keep your website information, everything there light, so that it loads with ease. How do you do this? You don't compact elements You don't put video, audio, and let's say images and other stuff. Maybe about 10,000 of them on one page. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So please take note of that. Then your styles should also be in check. Your styles should also be in check. Please, your styles and the colors, they should be in check and they should be consistent. Consistent is key. Consistent is key. Whilst you are writing the code, in your HTML, you will have to ensure that you take note. Take note of elements you would want to style. You get it? Using CSS, the element you want to style, you have to take note whilst you write your HTML file. You get it? So please, these are key. Then you have to design with a future in mind. Design with future in mind. What are we trying to say with this point? Design with future in mind. If you design with future in mind, you will have to know that a website is just like a human being. It keeps on growing as time goes by. You get it? As time passes by, you would want to update certain things. You get it? You would want to add more information. So we say that the website is just like a human being and it keeps growing. Whether the website dies or it doesn't die depends on you, the developer, the first point developer. You get it? So it is important that you develop or you write your code or do whatever you do with the future in mind. So please, these are very key for you to take good care of. Then the next thing, you have to test your website out. Take different platforms. You get your friend's phone. Maybe I'm using iPhone now. My friend is using Android. I've done the thing on my iPhone or my PC. It works perfectly on my PC, on a Windows machine. I've tried it on my iPhone. I'll have to take my Android machine or Android phone and test it with it. Does it work perfectly with Android? Will I have... You get it? These are some of the things. Mac OS, Linux. Take them and try them appropriately on them and see that whatever you wish would be the outcome is really the outcome on the various platforms. Please, this is key. This is key. Then 9, you need to maintain the site. As I said earlier on, if you develop with future in mind, maintaining the site will come with ease. Sometimes companies pay huge sums of money for developers just to maintain their site for them. But if you design the website without the future in mind, you'll find yourself wanting. So please, take key note of this. It is very, very important. Very, very important as a developer for you to design with the future in mind. Then you have to do this. This is a very simple assignment or whatsoever be it. You yourself. Let me see. Let me say, you have to write down 3 websites that you visited, that you love so much. Everything about the website is okay for you. You get it? Have this written down so that you can, visit it each and every time so that you will look at how things were done. You get it? How things were done. How they were done and done well. You get it? Then you would be trying to bring those ideas, those styles, those things that you fell in love with also on your site so that people will also fall in love with. Then you will have to get 3 other websites that you have visited and you didn't like at all. Then you will have to note the reasons why you didn't like these websites, so that you wouldn't repeat the mistakes that you see there over here. It is key. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. For now, I'm sure that you have all you need in order to become a successful web developer and web designer. This is key and you have taken it. Thank you. For now, stay blessed, and stay tuned. Our next topic, or in our next lesson, we will be talking about dealing with files. Stay tuned.